It's Morning Ride Wednesday morning edition. And it's that time that we bring on Thinking Beyond the Box. The crooner is right here in the studio. Good morning.
Good morning, Bishi.
Are you
The crooner or the corona?
the driver or the pilot?
Good morning, blessing.
Welcome.
How are you?
I'm good.
It's
I like the fact that we started very
light
light.
on the it's the 30th anniversary. It's all over. Like I can see it all over my hair.
You're wearing the
30th.
color.
Of
like,
Delta,
oh,
yes. I'm a Delta, so if I don't wear Delta color, what other color?
I'm in a bunny. Oh,
Delta,
wow.
Delta is a state to be from. I can tell you that without yes, without that.
Delta not the carry last.
Not never, can never, not in this lifetime.
Okay, so we're talking about diminishing return.
Returns, yeah.
You know, apart away from the return, when I heard diminishing,
Mm.
diminishing is like you falling backward,
Mm.
like taking one step and
Yeah.
and then 4 steps backward.
Yes, yeah.
So diminishing return,
Mm.
what is it?
It won't take us back to the classroom. When I had diminishing
You
return,
remember-
I had to
Economics.
remember economics
Yes.
back then in school.
Okay, so
Not one of my favorite courses.
are you serious?
Yes.
I can understand why.
Okay, so we are celebrating Delta at 30, and now
Yeah.
you're bringing diminishing
To
return.
return,
Yeah.
yes.
What is it all about? What
Yes.
perspective are you coming from?
Because we always have different perspectives to
Perspective, yeah.
things. That's why it's
It's-
thinking beyond the box.
Oh, thank you. My spokesman.
Okay.
The truth is, it's good, that, like, I'm taking it from where blessing landed from, that, I'm taking us back to school. That's the whole idea of bringing topics like this.
Okay.
Because the whole intention is not to take you back to school. It's to let you know that what you learn can actually be applied, even when you're not forced to. There are certain courses also, maybe one of these will bring it on as well. So a course like calculus. So you're wondering, what are we doing in calculus? What's dy,
Is that
dy?
chemistry or physics?
That's add maths,
Further
further
maths.
maths, or additional maths as they call it.
I've not done the simple
And
maths. It's further.
and those ones actually only play out when you do astronomy and all of that.
Okay.
So you wonder, or the solar, you wondering of what use is the solar planet, the 7 solar planets. How do they affect the price of rice? No, go back and Gary, like they made you recite it to understand it, right?
Yeah.
So, but the diminishing return now, it has the price, it affects us. So we will be talking about it. I guess there's no laughing gas around here. Yeah. The point now is diminishing return is today's perspective is on the ability to understand when people have stopped learning. So yeah, basically, if you look at the law of diminishing return as it applies economically, you notice, there's an additional production actually reduces the output. So that's the economic dimension to it. So you want to do production, your production line. If you get, I know you did that in maths. If you did maths, let us say if one man if 2 men does 10 jobs in 10 days,
Okay.
how many days will it take 10 men to get this job
Isn't
done?
that is it
Maths, that's regular maths.
maths, yeah.
So you notice that's proportion. So you look at it increases. But however, in the mutual return, there's a point where production gets to, where if all other factors are together, if everything is right, if you add additional manpower to it, what you have is redundancy. And you have that play out, in some of our government circles. So in our organization, you notice after a while, the organization starts, not just government sector anyway, some organization as well, they start saying, we have too many hands. So too many hands now, we're not getting the output because we have too many redundant hands. So that's where the treatment comes in, that's where it goes. But I'm not focusing on that as well, just to bring that basis that diminishing return is that at the point you get to, you stop adding more because you cannot get more. It starts reducing, the value starts reducing. You can also talk about diminishing return in engines, cars. At the time, there's a level you repair your car, repair. That's it. This car has served its time. It's time to let the car go. Because any additional, you look at an engine that is wearing out, and you are trying to put compressor, trying to fix it. diminishing return in different
Angle.
angles.
Right.
Yeah. I'm telling you that even of course, even vehicle has the number of time. Your phone, some of these things, we call it expiry date. Say
Right.
some phones expire after a while. You know,
Even shoes expire. So
shoes expire.
talk
So
more.
there's a period where you use it, you know, and you don't try. Even you carry that shirt every time, you wear that shirt, particular shirt to the office every time. The Nigerian flag in the office will
They're
salute you.
left
Well
it.
done, sir. So there's a time to retire it.
Okay.
So now the mission return here, the perspective of thinking beyond the box today, is to look at when to who or when to draw the lines on trying to press on information into somebody. You know, we say it this way that government is not listening. So the question now is, has the mission return start playing in the ears of government? That government doesn't hear us anymore. So at this point, when you realize that the government is no longer hearing, leadership is no longer hearing, people no longer hear again, there's no point. Just what you just do is just save your breath and just wait for tenure. When the tenure is out, you just go. So that's what we're talking about today. That the mission return. How often, if I keep telling Blessing, don't put your, like for example, don't put your tablet on your lap, you know, it's close to your chest, it will cause cancer or cause radiation and everything. And you keep doing it consistently. When do I now say, okay, well, you know, I'm done trying to tell you, you are dull of hearing. So I'll just leave you to pay the price. Whatever comes out of it, that's it. So that's the mission return. At what point do you stop, you know, talking to somebody about an issue? At what point do you stop fighting? At what point do you realize that it's not just trying to maintain a particular, it's time to change that business?
Okay.
At what point do you now say, if the mission return in the relationship has come up, that it's time, I've put all my energy, I've done all I can, I just need to take a walk.
But there's some areas where this diminishing return do not apply.
Yes.
Like in preaching the gospel,
Like in preaching the
telling
gospel.
people about
So
Christ.
repent.
Yes.
It doesn't apply.
No, the mission return applies there. You have to focus on talking to the pastor. But I can tell you that Jesus said there are places where you go to if you are not received. He said, take time, carry your broom.
Those are your feet.
Was that the New Testament?
Yes.
Even if you want the Old Testament, I can play that for you. I
It
know
was
people
in
like
the
you
New
will have.
Testament.
Okay, that one is in the New Old Testament. So let me let you know that people have.
Which one is the new?
People say there's Old Testament, there's New Old Testament, and there's New Testament. So that the New Testament is the Paul. It's the Pauline doctrine. So I can tell you that there was a time Paul also got somewhere and said, I've spoken enough. People don't want to hear. I'm done hearing people to you. May your blood be on you. And he said, I'm leaving this time because nobody wants to hear the gospel.
Well, that's not what church these days.
I'm just telling you now that anyone you want to pick, whether you want to pick the Old Testament, whether you want to pick Jesus Christ, telling you to, Jesus Christ is one. You can't love the gospel more than Jesus Christ. And he's saying that when you get to where the ministry return plays out, where the people don't want to hear, don't want to receive you, that is make sure that don't make sure that the sand follows you. That's the ministry return. And then if you go to where Paul says, you know what, I'm done telling you. You know, at the point he was actually, you know, and God now said, don't worry, calm down, you know, stay on.
He was playing God.
No, he didn't play God. No, he didn't play God.
He got tired.
Because the people were dull of hearing. And Paul is one who emphasized that. So when do you stop learning? Because I noticed that at a point, starting a relationship, you keep telling somebody the same thing over and over, and the person is like he's not hearing you anymore. So there's no point. So you now choose to ignore. You now choose to look away because there will be irritation. You know, or somebody, because understanding this, I'm trying to take it from economics to life, applying it to life, because life is about relationship. And because I understand this, I tend to look at people. So if you I understand that you are prone to mood swings. I know how to apply the rule of diminishing return, where I stop trying to encourage you. I just leave you to operate in that your realm, because you can be comfortable with changing moods. I like what somebody says about anger. Anger is the result, is the feeling you get when you are trying to attend to other people's mistakes. So it is the feeling you get when you're trying to attend to other people's mistake. So if he gets me, if he does something I don't like, I get angry. That's trying to address the issue.
I am not angry.
And you understand?
And you're killing yourself.
Exactly. So once you notice that this person constantly gets you angry or irritates you, then you've explained well enough, you just leave him. The Bible also, even let's go back to the Bible. The Bible says when somebody offends you, it gives you the criteria before you apply the diminishing return as well. It says the first time somebody offends you, don't backbite, don't gossip, go to the person. Talk to the person one-on-one, have a one-on-one, confront the person in the matter. Now when I say confront, we think because confrontation means it has to be war. No, it means bring the issue up. You say correct somebody in love. Let the person know, you know what, it's the last time this what happened, I didn't feel good about it. I might not have had the right response, I might not have had the right reaction to it, but you didn't get on my good side the other time. So based on that, I'm going to let go. And if the person does not respond accurately or appropriately to you as the kind of response you want, remember on this show I've talked about the 4 legs of rewards. So the right relationship, right response, then of course responsibility, and then reward. So if you don't get the kind of reward you want, that is, you want a change. The Bible says that once you talk to your brother and he or she makes that change, then it's fantastic. You've won your brother. It's a good one. But if it doesn't work, you get somebody else. You get 2 or 3 persons, because in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, every controversy is settled. So you notice even in the judicial system as well, you need witnesses from both sides to get the matter settled. And if it still does not work like that, then you say, now make it public, get to the authority. So the authorities will now be the ones to now bring it to address it openly and maybe like that. Then if it does not work, apply the mission return. Leave the person, treat that brother. Actually, was actually referring to brotherhood. Treat that brother as a stranger. So treat that person like an outsider, outcast in the church. Then let the person and leave the person for Satan to deal with the person. That's the diminishing return.
Why do we need to apply this law of diminishing return in our relationship with other people?
Yes.
What is the need? I thought we were never supposed to give up on people.
It's not asking you to give. You see, this is how it is. I don't know why today's mood is like, maybe it's because of the bishop that just got off and there's a spiritual
realm, man.
Now, the point is, if you're not supposed to give up on people, but you see, one of the ways to help people out is somebody who has stopped loving what he or she feels is not right. Let me explain. You cannot deliver somebody from sin that he or she loves. So you can't deliver somebody from something he or she loves. Hey, blessing, that guy you are with, I know him. He has 700. He's just whatever, and you're saying, but I love him. I can't deliver him. Do you understand?
And I can't do without.
I can't do with the 701th wife. Like that. So you see, because you love that sin, you can't be delivered from it.
But you're saying that person is heading towards doom. Is there anything you can actually do?
That's what you put in their processes.
Before applying diminishing return.
What is the need for diminishing return?
There are steps to it. Diminishing return, even in economics as well. They said when you want to increase productivity, you add more people. So if all factors are there, what is more factors? For example, let's use the DBS as an example now. They have the camera, they have the sets, they have some people, but they need presenters. So now you now get blessing. One, to help the work, get an engineer, get a PD, get all these people. By the time you have these people working already, then you've gotten a level of output that you're getting the kind of results you want. Now you now say, okay, we need more hands to ease some of the work. You now employ more persons. You're still getting results because now everybody's effective. Every time blessing comes, you're not repeating blessing over and over and over. You're not taking all that energy. But after a while, you now have maybe 20 presenters. And you are doing a half-day show, and programming as well just needs maybe 5 presenters. So you have 20 presenters day and night, and then you have excess. So you have too much. So at the end of the day, what you now have is redundancy, because there will now be scrambling for the position. There will now be war. There will now be issues. There will now be all of those things. And when those issues come up, you will not be getting blessings best, because she's not in a friendly environment. She's in an environment where she doesn't trust anybody. So she comes to the set. Before she sits on the set, She begins a prayer,
like
and
this.
she'll pray, speaker anointing, doesn't know who he's looking for. So it's out of it. So that's diminishing return. At that point, you have too many hands, and it's not. It's
Not
not.
as effective
Yes.
as the
So
plan
when you
is.
see a system, most organization as well, that's what really kills it. But because people don't see it, people look at, in productivity, in production, there are two things you look at. The focus for the tax or the focus for the people. So when you hear a government say government doesn't care about people, that means that the government is only interested in their work. The MD or the director doesn't care about your well-being. All it cares about is getting the job done. Know that system is focused on production. That's focused on the tax, getting the tax done. Then if you hear, oh wow, the workplace, oh we're allowed, we can go to leave 700 times, nobody will ask, blah blah blah. They have good human relation, but we're not producing. That means that they are focused on the people. So you notice that is, and it's always between employer-employee situation. So the employer usually looks for tax, but the balance is teamwork, where you have attention, you enforce productivity based on the tax, and enforce productivity based on the people. So that way, in that kind of job environment, you look at the diminishing return. When is it time to kick this person out? When is it that you've tried to get this person to improve on his work efficiency, and the person doesn't do it, you tell them, well, we have to let you go. We are trying to, cut costs on certain things and expenses. And you notice in the same organization where somebody is being, cook couple are being sacked, somebody else is still being paid more. You notice? No, not appreciated, but now they're looking at it that this person is not, we have not come to the point of diminishing returns. We are still getting a lot of output from this person. So they sack 3 people to pay 1 person. You understand? That's because that means that person has not come to that point where he's not a redundant, he's not useless, they say, to the system. Now, bringing it in, why we have to keep understanding this and flowing is that you need to know that you can't continue to force a camel. Though you can take the camel to the river, but you can't force it. So at the point where you notice that you've done everything to coerce it to drink, you've gotten it to the point there, and the camel refuses to drink or is not ready to drink, whichever way, you'll let it be.
Okay, permit me to take you to another dimension or
It's
the
important.
area of life.
That's TBV.
Does diminishing return apply in marriages? Like right now we see so many cases of divorce and people tell you, okay,
God bless you, I was driving
we're
towards
splitting because of irreconcilable differences.
Yes.
Right? I guess that's the word.
Yes. That's the word they use, not
okay, that's the word they use.
Yes.
So tell me, at what point in your marriage do you get to and say, okay, it's time for us to apply the law?
I want you to ask me that
Judging
question.
from the
But
fact,
you are asking from the perspective, but it's good. Yeah, it's safer ground.
Judging from the fact that you mentioned, in relating with your brother or your sister, you say, okay, you talk to her, she's not agreeing, you involve third party. But in marriage, involving third party supposed to be a no.
I guess
And that is no. You are following the process.
Okay.
There's a process.
Then you are talking.
The process is that the two of you. That's what they're saying. That don't let it get to the point where you invite the third party. Understand the statement.
For instance, what you cited.
Yes.
Someone lost a sin.
Yes.
That this is a sin, but to that person, this is my future.
Yes.
Let's this case of infidelity.
My life.
No,
It's not infidelity. Infidelity is not like, oh, I want to do this.
Yes.
I love this.
Yes.
It's my ambition.
Yes.
And you, the wife, you see the thing that
and it's
there's no road here.
Now, it comes down if you're bringing it to marriage, first of all, we just take a little leg out of it. Every collapse of marriage, every marriage that collapses, actually 90%, 80% of it is communication breakdown.
Okay.
It's communication breakdown. And how? From the onset, everything has a foundation. So the foundation of your marriage, the foundation at which you enter, it determines, how far the marriage will go. So that means that a lot of things needed to be discussed that were not discussed. I'm sorry to say this. I'm a fan of the ladies, but most ladies they are, because of they are sensual, not visual. They're in their hearing, they're emotional. Most women, in fact, almost all. Maybe because I'm not a woman, so I will not say, so I cannot. But almost all, research has shown that almost all women have a fantasy of how the perfect marriage is.
Okay.
No, maybe you can correct me.
Yes, we do.
They have a picture of how
we know exactly how we want to be treated,
happy,
how we want to be
you said exactly.
Yes, how we want our man to respond to everything.
You have a picture of that man coming with white horse.
No.
You know, hold on.
Not really.
No, understand. It's the night. The night in the shining armor. So whatever it is, your Prince Charming. Now, it's not about money. It's about the particular. So based on that framework, you know, you begin to size men. And based on that, certain questions that should be asked are overlooked. A lot of research is important in marriage. You know, because you're carried away, you said, I feel comfortable with him. I love him. I can gist with him. I can tell him things. Some things you tell him that later on will backfire. Some things you didn't even tell him. And when you get him, you will now see, and now be wondering, oh, I'm here. Now, let me just say in simple terms that it's a simple case of going to, maybe I'm not holding breeze for them, but maybe go to God is Good or one of these parks, and you're traveling, and you just get to the park, and you see this air-conditioned bus, nice colored, really painted. It looks like a 2022 model bus. And you just say, wow, this bus looks like it's going to Lagos, because Lagos is the big city, or it looks like going to Abuja.
It can only go to Lagos.
Exactly. It can't be going to. It can't be going to Ogbomoso. It can't be going to. So you didn't even ask any question. You just enter and say, I like the front seat. It's the owner's seat, and you sit down in the bus. See, because it looks like going to Lagos. Comfortable. I didn't ask any question, and the driver starts to move, and you're happy with the ride. That's how you're happy with the marriage. Initially, everything is going well, and you get to Ore, and the driver now takes a right turn, and he's on the way to Abuja. I say, driver, hold on. I thought we were going to Lagos. No, it's not about thinking. I'm going to Abuja, not Lagos. Say no. What I thought we were doing is that we're going to Lagos. How can this bus be going to Abuja instead of Lagos? I said, I am on my way. Communication breakdown. And you see, the word, I like the way the English word is. Misunderstanding. It's two words, actually. Not a, so when there is a miss of understanding, there's a breakdown in mind. That whatever it is that comes up, even now, the point now is like I say, okay, like back to this question really, that some cases you don't see it from the beginning because you don't ask the questions.
And even when you ask.
No, there are review times. I keep telling you about evaluation. Yes, key performance index. I keep talking about evaluation. That every time you evaluate your marriage, evaluate your relationship. You know, we only evaluate relationship when people break our hearts. We'll go back and say, if I know, and accepted the journey or this one, because you've gotten an experience. But the point is that there is you have to put the checkpoints. You have to put, I like some of these transport services. At the time, you have their monitoring buses are different. And we have one at Umulebi that is always waiting to check. So you check the driver's speed. When you do leave, the login book says you left by 8. So for you to have gotten to, and you're coming from Enugu, for you to have gotten to Umulebi by this time, by 9:30, means you were flying. You know, those are checkpoints. So it helps to salvage accidents. You said to checkmate this. So in your marriage and relationship, do you check those things?
Even if you check, it's too late to cry when the head is up.
That's what you say. But every marriage can be salvaged.
If you check, you are there.
Irreconcilable difference is that we cannot agree. It's too late to agree. So, but if somebody says, I want to, let's look at this. Let's review. Let's be objective. Okay, this is bad. This is how far you can go. This, and they can be resolved. But however, you know, when it doesn't get to that point anymore, diminishing report applies. The truth is that I don't want to talk about divorce. I didn't come as a divorce lawyer this thing. But there is the point of separation. There's a time you can actually separate, just for a period, so that you get your head back, so that everybody can be clear. I know we don't see it as pastors. We don't talk about divorce. But you have just said it. That diminishing return. Separation is not divorce. Is allowed to do that. But diminishing return in any form, you know, is that you have done everything possible, and you notice that it's time to let go. Just like a product SO, they have what they call product life cycle. I think we'll talk about that. Everything has an end. Yes. everything that has a beginning surely has an end.
All right. right, definitely we've come to the end of this conversation, and we are praying that it wouldn't get us to that point where we return, or we have to apply the love diminishing.
A marriage, we can apply never that thing.
Okay. Thank you so much, Gabriel,
You're welcome.
Gabby, for coming.
So it's